What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and we're going to be doing a deep dive into the Pokemon Legends Arceus trailer, and we're going to start with some of the facts here. This game is slated for early 2022 on the Nintendo Switch, and it takes place in the Sinnoh region, but a much early prologue to the events of the Sinnoh region. Seems to be a feudal Japan type of atmosphere and vibe to the game, which I'm personally very excited about. And lo and behold, this game is an open world action RPG like Breath of the Wild. So lots of different things are happening at Game Freak here. I'm very excited. As you can see, there are different biomes. There are Pokemon in the wild, and it is all a seamless open world game. You can go from battling Pokemon to catching Pokemon with ever seeing a screen just show up and interrupt that whole action. You're always in it. And you can see that the playable character can actually aim and throw Pokeballs, hide in bushes, and dodge roll. And I think the dodge roll is actually huge, and there's a lot of implications for that. So it seems like you can just battle a Pokemon immediately, throw a ball at them, actually aim the ball at them, and catch them. And these balls, I will say, are more wooden looking, so I am personally thinking apricot balls will make it back in here as well, which I think will be pretty dope. Pokemon still have their traditional moves of 4 move slots, and it doesn't seem like there'll be any big changes with their move sets, but we'll see. I think this is still going to be considered part of the Generation 8 type of game, so I'm not expecting anything crazy besides the game itself mechanically and how you actually interact with this world. Speaking of Pokemon, there are currently 52 Pokemon in this trailer, including all their evolutionary lines that you did not see. So, obviously, Typhlosion will be in the game because Cyndaquil is in the game. And speaking of the starters, we have representation from 3 different gens. We have Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet, Gen 2, 5, and 7. Personally, these are some of my favorite starters of all time, especially Cyndaquil. I'm super excited. And the starters actually have a deep representation to Japan outside of, obviously, their Pokemon. Well, Cyndaquil is the volcano Pokemon, which would represent Mount Fuji. Oshawott is the samurai Pokemon, Samurott. So, obviously, samurais were the warring class in Japan back in feudal Japan. And Rowlet becomes the Decidueye, and the Decidueye is an archer. And Japan has some of the best archers in the entire world during that time period, and they're very famous for it and well respected. So there's a lot of themes going into this type of game, which I'm very excited about. And some leaks did occur after this trailer that I found. So the information that I found was seamless battle transition, and it is not a traditional battling style. There's an ATB system, which is an action time battle. If you've ever played some modern RPGs, maybe like Final Fantasy VII Remake is a good example, that you can do attacks and stuff, but to do your special moves, you need the bar to actually fill up to do a special attack. So we'll see how they actually do it in this game. They didn't really show it off in this trailer, any sort of real combat outside of just some sort of cinematic moves, but it'll be interesting to see how that takes place. They also say if you don't have a Pokemon, your main character will be attacked. So I'm really wondering how that works out. Will it be often that you don't have a Pokemon? Is there a limit to how many you have? Obviously, 6 is usually how it is, but maybe it's less in this game. Maybe you only have a couple at a time. It'll be very interesting to see, because that's a weird thing to point out, right? You will always have a Pokemon except for first starting out. And it says if the main character gets enough damage, the battle will end. So since battles actually seem to be live and active components of the game, and you have a dodge roll, it seems like Pokemon will actually be able to damage you, right? And I can already just take that from the trailer without even any of that information. If there's a dodge roll, there has to be something you're dodging. So I assume Pokemon will be attacking you in the overworld, and you will have to dodge it, especially think boss fights of legendary Pokemon. And I have a big feeling that the Gen 2, 4, 5, and 7 legendaries will be in the game. Outside of Ultra Beast, I don't think they make the cut, but I think especially Gen 2, because they are Johto Pokemon, which is Gen 2 is a heavy Japanese reference game. Obviously Gen 4, because this is an Arceus game, so we're going to need Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina for sure, and maybe even get a Darkrai and Shaman and Manaphy. So really think there could be legendary Pokemon in these different regions of the game, because in the trailer we do see that there's a water region, mountain region, forest region. I'm going to assume there's going to be some sort of sand or desert region. And I really wonder, honestly, we're probably going to get weather too, thinking about it. Because Sword and Shield has weather that affects Pokemon spawns. totally think we're going to get a dynamic weather system. The game does not look too great graphically right now, but it's pretty early. It has to be better than this because there was a lot of bad frame rate and animation with some of these Pokemon, but I do think it'll get better, but I'm not expecting something to blow my mind, So keep your expectations tempered because the real coolness of this is going to be directly from the gameplay we see and how we interact with the world, and for the very first time in a Pokemon game. So that's super exciting stuff. And this is made by Game Freak, unlike the Diamond and Pearl remakes, which is being made by a different studio. So they're spending all their time working on this. And then speaking of the leaks, I did find a screenshot that showed some different images that were not in the trailer. So there is a day-night cycle, which is why I assume there's also going to be weather as well, because they're going to do day-night. You might as well do weather, which I assume will affect the different Pokemon you can catch, because that's been a thing since Gen 2 with certain Pokemon come out certain times of day. And we can see a Rhydon here, so there are going to be some big fully evolved Pokemon walking around. And I'm sure this Pokemon can probably hit you. Rhydon can probably smack you in the face, and you can probably dodge roll out of it. And it looks like you have two options when you walked up to this Pokemon as well. So maybe this is like, I can't translate it, but maybe you can like feed it. Maybe you can just catch it. It'll be interesting to see how these prompts will work. And in this bottom right-hand corner one, there is a bar above, which I think potentially could either be a boss fight, and that could be the health bar, or this is the ATB meter that is being used in combat. So either or we'll see, but I think both are very interesting. I think a boss fight makes more sense, but there is no name, so it's a little bit weird. And it's pretty hard to see how in this screenshot collage that there are stuff in the bottom right-hand corner of the bottom right-hand corner screenshot of lots of different options. So seems to be a lot of different interactions. You can notice there is a citrus berry in the bottom right-hand corner too. So pretty much either A, we can heal our Pokemon with berries, or we can throw berries at Pokemon we're trying to catch and then make them more likely for us to catch them, make them more friendly. So I have just tons of ideas, especially with how Breath of the Wild was able to use the mechanisms in the world like fire and wind and interact with the environment. And I think if Pokemon can be able to do half of that and bring a healthy amount of Pokemon, I think 300 would be a healthy amount for a new game in the series like this. I think it'll be pretty awesome. So I'm really excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus, and stay tuned to this channel because I'm going to be doing lots of content on this game. I'm super excited. Also going to be doing Diamond Pearl remakes and new Pokemon Snap. And if you want old Pokemon content, I got a Pokemon Stadium Let's Play up there and also Pokemon card opening. So guys, I'll catch you guys next time with more Panfro Games action, and peace out, and please subscribe.